Good day. So today we are going to focus on trend lines. So remember our previous lesson we focused on order blocks, right? And then the first lesson was on market structure. So today we are going to continue and focus on trend lines. So on trend lines we are basically talking about how the trend moves. So after this lesson you are supposed to understand how you combine the market structure and order blocks. So if you don't understand, I advise you and encourage you that you go to the first lesson and you follow all the lessons religiously, and that way you are going to understand everything. Okay, so basically on trend lines, from the first lesson that I taught, remember I said the trend moves this way, the market structure. I think you should remember that I said the market structure moves like this. So I won't do much on this. So remember I said this would be an uptrend, right? And then I said a downtrend is just the opposite of this one. Okay, so when we talk about trend lines, this is what I mean. When the market is on a buying trend, when the structure of the market is in a buying trend or a selling trend, it follows a trend, right? When the market is buying, it follows a trend. So these lines, they help us to determine whether the market is still in a buying trend or in a sell trend. Until the trend is broken, the market structure remains the same. Okay, so what do I mean by that? Okay, so I'm just going to illustrate here. Let's take for instance the market is bullish. So when it's bullish, the market moves this way, right? This is a bullish market, is it? I hope you still remember from our previous lesson. So when we talk about putting a trend line is just basically a line that you draw just to follow the structure of the market like this, right? So this is the line that we call a trend line, and the market will continuously follow this line. We do the same below here, right? So as long as the market is still within these lines, it shows that the market is in a what? In a bullish trend. Until the market breaks these trend lines like this, until then we say the market has changed the structure from a bullish structure to a bearish structure. Then it starts moving in this direction. So these lines are not perfect, but then you get the sense of it. So if the market is now on a downtrend like this, you can also draw your trend lines again like this. Okay, and the market will be moving within this trend. Now let us go back to the real charts and show you what I mean when I talk about trend lines. So for you to actually draw trend lines, you have to identify two areas at the top of the structure or at the bottom of the structure. Okay, what do I mean by that? Let's look at this chart over here, right? So this is a chart. This is the top, and the market was on a buy trend, right? And then it reached this top before it started going down, right? So there is this top and there is this one, this second one. So you can only put your trend line between the first top and the second top, and then the other points that follow will automatically touch the trend. Okay, this is what I mean. Okay, so you put your trend line here, you draw it, it touches this point. Now it touches what? This top point and this point. Automatically the points that follow after this one should touch this trend line automatically. Okay, so it came here. This is a fake breakout, but we can say this is a touch of a trend line. Okay, so let's continue and see. Okay, this was a nice touch again. So if you can see that the trend is not breaking above this line, this signifies that we are in a downtrend, right? As you can see, it touches here, touch here, continuously touching the line going down. So the moment it breaks this line, and the market breaks this line and comes above here, then we know we have changed the market structure into a bullish trend, right? So let's go and see what the market did in the future. So the market was continuously on a downtrend until it reached at this point, right? This is the point where the market broke the trend line around here, as you can see. After breaking the trend line, it went up and then it came back to retest here, and then it started going up, right? You get the rough idea, right? Okay, let's look for another one. This can only make sense when you are practicing on a real chart, guys. Okay, there is this one. So there is this top, and then there is this second top. This one, right? The market touched here, and then it touched this second point here, and then on the third touch the market broke, and then it came to retest this trend line from above to show that the structure of a sell has changed into the structure of a buy. Then from here the market structure starts going up, and then the moment the market structure starts going up, it means the market structure has changed into a bullish one. When the market structure has changed into a bullish one, you can then draw another trend line again. This is how you do it. You now identify another low. So there is this low here. Okay, let me do this. So there is this low here and this low over here, right? This one. So I'm going to take my trend line and put it here and here. Automatically the other points should touch the trend line. If it doesn't touch here, it has to break the trend line and change the market structure. Okay, let's see. So you put your first line here, you stretch it here, right? So now we're expecting that a third touch happens. If it doesn't happen, then it should be a break of the trend line below, and then comes to retest and then continues going down. Okay, let's see. There is no touch, there is no touch. All right, so if the market does this and then there is no touch, okay, finally there is a touch. Now this is a perfect touch. The market came to this and it broke the trend line. After breaking the trend line, and then it came to retest here on the trend line. So this is where you will be placing your sell, and then it continues going down. So I hope now it makes sense. Remember, I spoke about the market changing direction from a buy trend into a sell trend. So now this is what happened. These were our 2 points, this point and this point. The market came, it broke the trend line over here. Okay, it broke the trend line over here. It came back to retest over here, right? It came back to retest over here. Now this is where you place your sell around this area. Okay, remember I spoke about order blocks. I said order blocks act as support and resistance. Now I am trying to combine everything that we've learned before with trend lines. So after the market broke this trend line here, it came to retest this trend line from below, signaling a change in market structure. And at the point where it touched the trend line, there is also an order block. I hope we all still remember an order block. This green candle here, this is an order block. It touched an order block in conjunction with the trend line. This is where you place your sell, and then the market went down, right? If you do not understand, go to our previous lesson. This will make sense, right? So the moment the market started going down, you can realize that you can also draw another trend line from this top and this, like this, right? Now check. It came and it touched our trend line here. It went down in conjunction with this trend line that it broke, like this. So this is how you make an analysis. So there is this trend line here that the market broke and it retested on that trend line. At the same time, there is also this trend line that goes down. It was doing a third touch here to signaling that it's going down. At the same time, there's an order block here that acted as a resistance to make it a strong sell going down, right? I hope this makes sense. Even if we go back here, right, there's this point and then there's this point where the market touched this trend line. There's also an order block, this bullish order block here. The market, this trend line acted as a support here. At the same time, there's this order block. The market was going down here, right? And then if we put this trend line like this point and this point, you realize that the market broke the structure here to signal that from this downtrend is now it now broke the structure and is now an uptrend. It came down here to retest. At the point where it retested, there is this order block here. So this is where you place your buy, right? So in the future, I'm going to tell you, after placing a buy at points like this, I'm going to make another video teaching you where you put your stop loss and you take profit. So I don't want to tell you a lot of things at once because it's confusing, right? So please, if you do not understand, keep repeating these videos and practicing on your charts until you understand, right? So this is a 4-hour chart. As you can see, it's a 4-hour chart, but this also happens in every time frame, on every time frame. If you go to a 5-minute time frame, you can find this. If you go to a 10 minutes, 20 minutes time frame, you can find this, right? If you are trading a smaller account, you cannot place your trades from a 4-hour time frame. No, you cannot, right? Okay, let's look for another example. Let me try and not make this video too long. Now here is another example, right? The market was going up here, So the market used this point, right, and this point over here, right, to show that it was going up. And then this was a third touch of the trend line. It continued going up. On this fourth touch of the trend line around this area, the market broke to the downside to signal that we are no longer on an uptrend but on a downtrend. And then it came to retest on this order block. I hope we all see this order block, this green candle over here. So if you do not remember what order blocks are, go to the previous video, because I cannot repeat it again. The market came and this order block acted as an area of resistance, and then the market continued going down, right? So you could have sold here. After selling here, this was money, guys. Okay, so let me remove some of these trend lines if they're confusing you. So guys, I always tell you, setups are always there in the charts for you to find, for you to make money. If you want to change your life, it's in the charts. If you want to buy a new car, it's in the charts. If you want to change your family's lifestyle, it's in the charts. You just need to be disciplined. Nothing is for free, guys. I am giving you this knowledge for free. The only thing that you have to pay is your time to study and to ask questions wherever you don't understand. Right? I am open. Now here's another example. First touch of the trend line, second touch, broke, retest, sell. There are a lot of examples over here. There are a lot of examples. These are trend lines. So looking at this video, guys, this video combines the market structure, the order blocks, and the trend lines to determine where and how you place your trades, right? So I will make this video short. On the next video, I'm going to teach you about trend line retests. We just spoke about retests here, whereby the market will break a trend line, then it comes to retest at an order block or at a previous support or resistance, right? I spoke about it here, but on the next video I want to go deep on that so that you get more knowledge on that. Okay, so until the next video, cheers, guys. If you don't understand, use the comment section. I will follow through the comments so that I can try to improve on my next videos. Good luck.